God does not act first. God speaks first. God speaks. And then God acts. So what God will do is determined by what he is saying. If you want to know what God is about to do, check what he is saying. If you've not heard God on any issue, you don't have any divine jurisdiction to claim his justice. The Bible is a compilation of what God said and what God did. So God does not work first. God speaks first. God speaks primarily to our hearts, not to our issues, not to our circumstances. The voice of God primarily comes to our hearts. Proverbs chapter 23.
Verse 26.
Proverbs 23 verse 26.
It says, my son, give me thine heart.
My son. Proverbs 23:26. Give me your heart. And let your eyes
observe my ways.
Observe my ways. The heart is where God speaks to us. There is nothing much God is going to do in your life apart from speaking. What you do with that voice is another ball game, Abi. But his involvement in our lives is determined by what he has said.
Genesis verse 21, verse 1.
Yes.
And the Lord visited Sarah.
The Lord visited Sarah.
As he had said.
Oga, look at it. Not as Sarah had requested. Not as Sarah had need. He visited Sarah as he had spoken. And he did to Sarah as he had said. Now, you see, God doesn't visit because you have a need. God doesn't touch you because you are in need. God doesn't fulfill destiny because you just want destiny to be fulfilled. His voice is his investment in our lives. His voice is his investment in our lives. His voice is his investment in our lives. There were many women that were barren in Sarah's days, yet God only visited Sarah. Why? It is Sarah who had. Every manifestation begins after hearing. Every divine manifestation begins after hearing. Every divine manifestation begins after hearing. If your heart has heard nothing, then it will be fallacy for you to believe that something will happen. No matter how many scriptures you confess in the name of Jesus, it will not happen. His voice in our hearts is his investment in our lives. It is what he uses to locate us. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. As he had said. Not as Sarah had requested, as he had said. The voice of God is his investment in your life. It is what he will use to reach you. Not your needs, not your pain, not your experience. His voice. What God tells you is what he will follow up in your life. Destiny fulfillment is at the mercy of what God is saying.